What up, people? Welcome back to Let's Talk Podcast with your boy Dustin Calloway. So yeah, man. This episode here, this ain't scripted. I don't really have nothing written down to really talk about. It's just one of those right off the little sleeve, man. It's gonna be a vent topic today. Because it was something that just happened. And sometimes, man, when you feel like your back is against the wall and you don't know what to do, you know, it kind of makes you just like question everything, you know. Sometimes, you know, we can walk around this life, and a lot of us make a lot of mistakes, right? We mess up a lot of things. Whether it's relationships with your kids, it's relationships with your family, it's a relationship with your friends, co-workers, all that stuff, man. You know, but sometimes, you know, you get put in this position where you feel like your back is against the wall and you feel like you can't do anything about something that somebody did to you, right? So you just kind of, you just get to this point where you be like, man, damn, you feel like you got to just keep taking stuff on the chin. And you like, if I do this, it's going to go that way. If I do that, it's going to go this way. So it's like sometimes you just, you get in this position where you feel like you got to always walk away from stuff and just take it and just eat it, man. And then you know you got to wake up and go back to that same thing the next day. So when we talk about jobs, right? How would you feel if you worked at a job, right? And, you know, you felt like you had this great connection with your manager, your supervisor, whoever it is, team leader, whoever it is. You felt like you had this great connection. You felt like they were loyal to you. You felt like they always looked out for you. You felt like they always had your back, right? You felt like they was just always there for you and supported you and everything, right? Even when it came to your job, you always felt like, man, this person got my back. But then that person make a mistake and expose their hand to you about how they really feel about you. And they didn't even mean to. It just happened a different kind of way. How would you feel if all this time you done spent at a job, working with somebody, putting in all this hard work, thinking you doing a decent job, you know, with the limited amount of staff that you have, right? You think you're doing a good job, right? And then turn around, flip side, you catch that person who you believed in. You believed in that person. You know, you had personal conversations with that person. Reached out to that person for support. That person turn around and get caught up calling you out your name behind your back. And I'm talking about you got proof. Not he say, she say. You got actual proof that that person called you out your name. And this is the person that's above you, that you supposed to be like, this is my go-to. This is the, you know, the leader of this whole squad. They called you out your name. Disrespected you. What do when you feel like your back is against the wall? What do? Because you know what most companies do? They put you in a position where it's like, okay, and I've seen this happen 1,000 times. Disrespect to the employees, just the regular people, you know, us little people. It just gets swept under the rug. They do nothing about it. But you know what they expect? They expect you to come back to work and pretend like everything is okay. You know, I talked about this before, right? About stuffing your feelings, or how you feel when somebody do you dirty. A lot of us just stuff our feelings for real, but no one deep down inside, you still got that darkness that's still sitting in there. That hurt that's still sitting in there, knowing that this person just violated me, right? And then you start putting all these puzzles together in your head like, you know what? I should have saw that because I saw you do this to such and such. You talk to me about this person. You talk to me about that person. Why did I expect anything different from me? Right? See, that's the stuff that we don't pay attention to because we get so caught up in that loyalty thing, right? That like, you ain't gonna do that to me, you just do that to them. Nah. Watch that person. That person that always tell you they got your back. That person that always tell you that they gonna support you or keep you notified and they gonna have your back if anything comes down from the top. Watch your back, man. At the end of the day, most people that go to work with you every day, they just going to work for themselves. I didn't come to, a lot of people, this is the thinking of a lot of people. I didn't come here to help you for real. I came here to help myself so I can keep getting that check. So they're not going to be real with you, right? But the person that I thought was real with me, the last one, after 14 years, nope, the last one standing, I thought like, man, you good, man, you all right, you all right with me. And it was because, again, I ignored those. See, you get red flags and everything. You get red flags and everything. And as y'all can see, I'm not doing this. I'm not looking at my phone. You can get red flags and everything. It ain't just relationships with somebody that you care about, that you're sleeping with, that you with, in a relationship, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend relationship, whatever, It could just be regular relationships with people at work that you work with. Y'all remember the Brad story that I told y'all about previous episodes back? It's the same situation. You're only looking out for yourself. So it's okay for you to call your employees dummies, right? It's okay for you to say that. But on the flip side of things, you say you're so proud of us and you're so happy that we're here and you appreciate us. This is what they feed you. We appreciate your hard work and your dedication. Come on, man. Sometimes, man, when I hear people say that, it don't matter where you work. It don't matter. I've heard it at multiple jobs before. I'm just like, man, if you don't stop, man, I think a lot of them think we are like children that don't understand when people are being fake with us. Like, listen here, man. If you're a business owner, okay, and if you're not, if you're a manager, supervisor, team lead, do y'all think we are stupid or something? Okay, yeah, you may see an email from us or something that don't make sense, or we may have said something wrong, or we didn't understand the scenario in that situation, right? You think that really make us stupid? Okay, that's just this job. What about in the real world? These lights go out, right? Zombie apocalypse. You survive or I survive. The real world, outside of this 9-to-5 crunch. What do you think people do? So do you think people only know a little bit when they come to work and they just stupid when they leave work? Do you think people, what people can't see through the real? See, most of the time when people go to work, man, your employees, they pretend with you. They really do. You don't really know people outside of work for real. And I'll take it a step further. Some of y'all ain't even free after y'all leave work, because you know what you do? You go home, you get on social media, and you still pretend to be that work person on social media, but really you somebody totally different. I used to be that person, but guess what I stopped doing? I stopped pretending. No, don't get me wrong. When I go to work, I still, play the game. But when I leave work, I'm gonna be myself. When I film this podcast and put it out there for the world to see, I'm being myself. When I put videos up on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, I'm being myself. This is me, right? Because you can only pretend for so long before you crash and burn, right? So again, to y'all jobs, manager, supervisor, team lead, people are smarter than you think when they clock out. People are smarter than you think even when they punch in. Just because somebody's smiling with you and they may change the way they voice sound when they talking to you, like, yeah, that's cool. Just a little quick code switch, man, just for them to fit in a little bit or make you feel comfortable for real with them in a conversation. But for real, people are reading through your bull the whole time you talking to them. The whole time. And you know why most people don't say anything about it? They don't call you on anything you say or call you on any of the bullcrap that you do, that they see. that they can document, it's because a lot of people just don't want to lose their job. So they just say, let me just keep the peace. Or guess what they don't want? They don't want you to retaliate against them, right? Because that's what most people do in positions of power. Say it if you can deny it all you want to. One way or another. I got proof. I've seen it. Man, I've been working since I was 13 years old. I have so much proof from multiple jobs that I worked at. They retaliate all the time if you go tell on somebody. All the time. But you know what they send you out every year? They send you out this paperwork to say, you can't retaliate against somebody if you tell on somebody for doing something wrong to you. But they do it anyway. You see what I'm saying? So what do they start doing? If you go tell on somebody for wronging you, you know what they do? They just find another way to get you, right? So let me go dig deeper into your QC. Let me dig deeper into the department standards for how you're supposed to, work, what you're supposed to do day to day. If I start pinpointing every single day, I'm gonna look at 100% of your work every day. I'm gonna look at 100% of what your task, your daily task every day. You think you're not gonna find something? Why do you think QC is random? It's random. It's supposed to be random items, right? Because let's say if I find one error, right, with something that you did wrong at work, and this is just me being a person in position of power that's trying to retaliate against you. If I find one, right, of this issue, all I got to do is, if I'm not trying to be random and I just want to get you out of here, I'll just go find 10 more of the same just by looking at a report, right? Or looking at something that you did that's similar to that. I know the answer is going to always be wrong, right? Gotcha, right? Or how about I go check your emails, right? Daily, right? Instead of saying, let me just come around and do one check a month, right? No, I'm just going to check it. I'm going to do a desk check on you every single day without you knowing, right? Even though it's only supposed to be once a month or just a random day in a month, right? No, I'm going to go every day. Another form of retaliation, right? So you're not necessarily coming at me, even though I know what I told on you about was right, right? And you were wrong, right? But your little heart can't take it. Your little brain can't take it and eat it and say, man, I was wrong. You know what? I was wrong. I was really wrong. Let me not retaliate. Let me just change my behavior, right? No, you retaliate in a different way. See, when we get up and we go to work, man, we don't be expecting all this stuff to happen to us. But I think that these people get away with doing us so dirty all the time and nothing ever happening to them. They just keep on going along with it, right? And they never change. They don't. They really don't change. See, what I respect is, I respect people that tell me the truth. Be real with me. I don't need you to fake it with me. I don't need you to pretend to care about my family. Because guess what? I don't care about yours. I'm just being real. I don't even know you. I don't hate you, but I don't know you. I don't know your family, so I don't care about hearing about your family problems or hearing about this or that. Like, that's for real. That's just the day-to-day 9-to-5 thing that we all do. A lot of us really don't care. We just here to do this job and go home for real. Because guess what? We got our own problems. But when you start coming up to people, talking about your problems and doing this and doing that, you're trying to build this relationship with me, right? A lot of people hold you to that relationship. They hold you to it. And when you start going outside of that violation zone, right, where you start talking crap about them behind their back and they find out because they looking at something that you sent and that you made a mistake and sent them, man, come on, man. That's how stuff just started to crash and burn. And then you want the relationship to be the same when they come back, right? After you say you sorry. You're not sorry. That's how you really feel. It's okay, though. You see what I'm saying? If you just accept the fact that you feel a certain way about certain people, for real, like if you really don't like somebody, that's fine. Just keep it there. You don't have to pretend to like a person. You don't have to pretend to, oh, you do a good job and keep up the good work. Nah, you don't have to. If the person is doing bad, come on, man. You got to get them out of there. You have to. Don't pretend with them. If you feel like somebody is not fit enough to be on your team, be in your department, why do you pretend with them? Don't pretend. Because you know how crazy that make you look when you sit up there pretending that somebody is doing a really good job just for you to go behind their back and you talk crap about them saying the complete opposite. You tell these people on your teams every year at these jobs how proud of them you are. No, it's not true. You're not really proud of them. You're only keeping them around for real, because you don't want to start from the drawing board. You don't. And that's the truth. You don't want to have to, he or she leave. Man, I got to find somebody to fill that role. And until they get up to speed, guess who got to do the work? You do. That's what it really is, man. But the truth is, if you really don't feel like a person is doing that well, or they not going to make it and you need somebody to replace them, how about you just get the ball rolling while they still there? And just do like most jobs do. They start hiring somebody to replace that person. Teach them everything you know. And then eventually part ways with the person. That's what a lot of people do, you know? Instead of sitting up there pretending, like, let a person know, like, hey, I just need you to teach them this process. I think people will respect you more, right? They will respect you more. Why do you think people leave jobs and they flip out? They flip out. They go crazy. They start destroying stuff. They start causing a scene. Because those people will be thinking like, man, I thought I was doing good here. I thought I was going to survive. Man, I thought I was cool. Because you lead them on, making them think that they're doing a good job when really you think they trash. A dude at my job, he got laid off or something happened to him. This was a few years back. He was so hurt, and that's what it is. He was just hurt, broken by what happened. This dude went outside in the parking lot, and he went in the parking lot, stood on the light pole. Dude started swinging around the light pole, just like, and yelling. Because he lost it, because he probably was led on to make him think he was doing a good job when really he wasn't. Like if somebody not on your, look, to be the ultimate boss, if you want to call it, the ultimate manager, the ultimate supervisor, the ultimate team lead, you got to be willing to have those real critical conversations with your teammates, man. You have to. And I learned that myself just building up a business on my own. I went against the grain instead of having a real conversation with my business partner saying, hey, look, this is not going to be a good fit for you for this reason. This is not going to be a good fit for you for this reason. I just kind of cut off the communication and went out like a sucker. If you want to be an effective manager, you want to be an effective supervisor, an effective team lead, you got to be willing to have those crucial conversations with your employees. I mean, come on, be for real with them. People will respect you more. It ain't causing confusion, but if you're letting somebody know, look, we got a standard here, right? You should be doing this, this, and this every single day when you come to work. Every day. This is what you're required to do. If you're not hitting it, you're not cutting it, if you keep making these errors, this and that, it don't matter. People will respect you more if you just call them out every day. Every day. And I'm not talking about let something pile up on a person, right? Because you know how most people feel when you let some shit pile up. When you let some stuff pile up on them, and then you tell them, they looking like, I've been sitting here doing this every day wrong. Why don't you just tell me after the first time? You know how many people will probably hear you tell them something the first time they make a mistake, right? And then the next time going forward, they'll correct it instead of you letting it pile up. And then pretending with them, laughing and giggling. And the crazy part is, you got a whole month, right? In the beginning of the month, you've seen a person make a mistake, right? You've seen them make it for 2 or 3 days in a row, but you just saving it for the end of the month, right? So after that third day, you see they do it in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11 days, right? All the way through to the end of the month. They did it all wrong. All stuff that could potentially lose your company money. But you know what you did? You saw it first, second, and third day of the month. You ain't say nothing. You just stored it. The rest of the month, they did the same thing. You stored it. But in between, you had fake conversations with them. You sat up there keying with them and ha-haing and talking about your personal business and this and that. Even though in the back of your mind, you know this person is messing up bad. And you got the keys to helping that person succeed. But you don't give it to them. You don't tell them. How do you hire somebody at a company that you're going to give power to? You're going to give them power to be this person that's supposed to run a whole team. And they don't even have the courage to be real with those people that they work that work under them. I'm a grown man. I don't need nobody to sugarcoat anything for me. If I'm messing up, let me know. It's certain stuff in my job right now that I know for a fact that I need to get better at, right? I know for a fact. It's stuff. One thing in particular, for real, like a major thing, a major component of my job, I know that I need to get better at. But you think somebody told me that I need to really lock it, buckle down? No, they don't tell me that ever. And I'm like, damn, like I'm telling myself that. And, you know, I'm in the process of figuring out different ways to attack that. Time management, stuff like that, right? To meet a personal goal that I set for myself, right? Even though it's already a goal for the department, right? But I set it for myself to make myself better. And not just say I'm gonna go off this list of stuff that I need to do. No, I want to get better at it. But you think anybody saying anything to me about it, applying pressure anywhere? No. No. So it's easy to talk about somebody behind their back, right? About stuff that you know that they not doing right. But it's hard to have a real conversation with them. And my thing is this: are you afraid? Are like these people that get these positions of power at work, at jobs? Are y'all afraid to have real conversations with the employees, with the people that they hired you to manage, supervise, or lead? If you're afraid, step down. If you're afraid of a person's reaction to something you got to say to them, step down. Give it to somebody who don't care. I'll say something. Like, don't get me wrong. Do you have to be mean to somebody whenever you talk to them all the time? No, you don't have to. Do you have to be aggressive? No. But can you just tell somebody straight out, like, hey, yeah, you messing those up, bro. Just need you to step it up on this and step it up on that. Boom. Cool. Do you think you need to be aggressive all the time? No, you don't. Like, you can't set a standard for a department, right? For a team. And sit back knowing that that standard is not being met and not really say anything. Instead, let them crash and burn. And then come back telling us all the stuff that we need to get done after you talk to the people above you that came down on you for stuff that we need to be doing. If you really think about it, you would have never got beat down up there had you been real down here with us. If you think about it, think about any job out there. Any job. I don't care if you're a police officer. You got your different ranks, right? Let's just say detectives. Homicide detectives. You got your regular detectives. You got your sergeant. You got your lieutenant and then captain. Something like that. I believe it's I think it's sergeant, lieutenant, captain, however it goes, right? But so you got all these regular detectives here, right? They got a caseload that they got to get cleared off that board, right? Who's managing them? Supervisor, and you got your lieutenant, right? So do you think that the lieutenant is waiting for them to fail and then they go up to the captains and let the captains tell them what they need to be telling all them at the bottom? No. Probably somewhere, you probably got some examples somewhere where, yeah, they are. No, the lieutenant gonna come out there every day. Supervisor, look, you got this up on the board. Team, everybody, look at this. We got this whole board over here that we need to get cleared off. We need to close some of these cases. Get to it. Not nice. They ain't being nice about it. You know, they just, however they approach it. But you know what they doing? They getting on them. They letting them know right now. This is what we have right now on the board. This is what we need to address right now. Y'all get it done. And they got to get to it. They're not walking around the office saying, hey, see, we got all these cases up there, huh? Maybe we should probably do something about it, huh? But it's okay though, you know, like we'll get through it. You want to go out for drinks? We having a party over at my house. You know, if everybody want to come through to the party, we having a little Thanksgiving thing, we having a little Christmas thing or a New Year's thing. You can come over, you know, it's cool. Even though, you know, we got to have a real conversation about what y'all not doing. You think they doing that? Nah. They're having a real conversation with them. And I know it's plenty of examples out there. I know great leaders. And I know people that know how to go in there, tear a team down, look at people and say, I know how to fix this. Without all that little bull crap in between. Without all that. They don't pretend with you. They may laugh with you and have a conversation with you about some bull crap here and there. But at the end of the day, they know what they're going to work for. They know what the mission is. They know what the goal is when you come into that job every day. And they're going to let you know, like, okay, outside of the he and ha-ha, this is what you need to be doing. And they're going to hold you to that. You know how many teams I done worked on, man, before in my life at different companies where everything that I'm talking about right now, almost every one of the managers, supervisors, team leads, they was all just like that person that I've been talking about in almost every job. Almost every job, man. And I don't know if it's just this thing where, well, I know I'm not going to pretend, but I believe that when people get in front of me and they talk to me and they have to like discipline me, I guess, or say something to me about something that I may have messed up, they always try to be nice. Do you think I'm going to bite your head off, man? Do you think I'm going to snap? Look at my face. This is how I look. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't make my face do anything else. Like, this is just how I look. If you're talking to me and we having a conversation and it's something upbeat that we talking about, I'm just going to have a little smirk on my face or whatever. But if we just talking about something serious, I'm going to look at you. And I think that's what killed people every time. They just like fold and they just feel like they got to rearrange their words when they talk to me. No, you don't. What do you think most people going to do? They going to go crazy on you at work? Y'all got to stop being afraid, man. Stop being afraid to put your employees where they need to be. They hired you to be a certain way, in a certain position for a reason. And again, if that ain't for you, step down. People will respect you more for being real with them versus being fake. And they got to find out something that you said behind their back on the flip side of it. Respect you more. I'll respect you more if you don't pretend to try to want to be my friend. Like, stop. And then, you get in position sometime where some of these people, man, like, I go to work all the time. Like, I'm cool. I'll go in there and I ain't got to say nothing to nobody. I'm going to do this little work, then I'm out of here. I don't have to talk to nobody all day. That's what I got my earbuds for. Lock in, do my job, go home. I eat lunch alone. I don't need to be around nobody. I don't need to be up in here building relationships. You got a lot of people who be cool with that, man. So when you come into their little world and you want to bring this friendship thing into there, make sure you know what you're asking for, what you're looking for before you decide to get up in there, right? Digging into their life and trying to connect y'all worlds together because you just need somebody to talk to. Be careful, man. And like I said, man, see, the people at work, regular employees, I told y'all, we just don't admit it to y'all. Like, we don't really admit it to y'all. Like, but for real, we can see through all that BS, man. All the BS conversation, like all that. We can pick through it, man. Like when you telling us a lie or something, we can tell. We know you're lying. But again, the reason why we don't call y'all out on it is because a lot of people just don't want to create conflict. They don't want you to retaliate against them if you put them in a place. And they don't want to create this hostile environment. Right? So that's why most people just don't say anything. They just store it. They store it. And then eventually, like I said, some people crack. Even if they don't get fired, they snap at work. And they just go crazy on the boss. Or if you ever realize it, go to social media pages, right? Go look at the social media pages, and that's what most people need to do. If I was a business owner, well, no, I'm not saying if I was. I am a business owner, but I don't have any employees. But as a business owner, if I was a business owner that owned a major corporation or something like that, and I had a bunch of employees, I would literally go and create a page on any social media platform and listen to the current employees and the previous employees. I would read all their comments. Because if you really think about it, you can learn a lot from those pages, man. Even if you don't go in there and interact, because I do see it sometimes when you have like a Google like a comment where you can go drop a comment up under a business, and then some of the people, they'll have somebody running a page and they'll go and respond to all the comments. We're like, we're sorry for your inconvenience, blah, blah, blah. But, and I get it because it'd be so many people coming through saying negative stuff, but this is my thing. How about you start paying attention to what those negative comments, right? Because you'll always see a page pop up where they try to, well, not a page, but you'll see those people pop into the comments and always try to say, well, we shouldn't talk negative and we shouldn't say this and we shouldn't say that. But no, I need to hear those negative comments because I need to know what's going wrong with my business. What's going wrong? I don't need to hire a bunch of managers, supervisors, team leads, and all that stuff. That's going to be super nice. I don't need that. But what I need is somebody that's going to get the job done and be able to build a working relationship with my employees to the point where it's balanced, right? I'm not having fake conversations with you. I'm holding you accountable for everything that you do in your position, and all that other stuff that we can do on the side. We can still do that on the side. But first I need you to get this task done. This is your job. Everything else comes afterwards, right? But like I said, I would create a page on social media just for that, because I'm going to go, before it blows up and gets too big, I'm going to go through there and I'm going to look like, oh, damn. Okay, that's a problem too. That's a problem too, because what a lot of y'all don't know that work at these major corporations, the people at the very top, they don't even really know what's going on down there. They really don't. They really don't have a clue what goes on in the dirt. They really don't, because the company that got so big, right? Like, how would I know about this person saying that when I got this whole umbrella of everything under me? I got an AVP for this. I got a VP for that. I got a CFO for that. Like, for all of that stuff, right? And then under that umbrella, it's like a pyramid scheme if you really think about it. Up under that umbrella, it branches off into different departments here, different departments there, right? And then once you get into those departments, you got your manager, you might have your director, then a manager, then you got your supervisor, and then you have a team leader. So that's another umbrella, right? And then under that umbrella, you got your regular employees. So you got to funnel all that information of what y'all going through in the dirt, because that's where we all are. Regular employees, you're in the dirt. You're not dirt, but you're in the dirt. You're at the ground floor. Think about it like this. Look at KeyBank, downtown Cleveland. Look at them people at the bottom, the first window that you see at the bottom. When you walk to the front door, that security guard sitting at that desk. Let's just say if somebody on the 50th floor says something crazy to him, do you think it's going to get back to the person that sit at that little tippy top at the point? Nah, they got different people in between here and in between there that's going to handle that. And hopefully it goes somewhere, right? The people at the top don't have a clue. But it's time for them to start figuring it out. Like, as a business owner, I get it, man. Sometimes you have to entertain some of the stuff that's going on at the bottom. Sometimes you got to look into it, and I get it. You can get busy, man. But before you get busy, you need to focus on the culture of your company. The culture. What's going on in here? How do people feel when they come to work? How do you feel when you come here? Aside from what you're going through at home, like, right, I hear, like, not even aside from it, right? Because a lot of people have real issues going on at home, right? Imagine that. You think that they can just flip that switch and cut it off when they come to work? Some people just need to I ain't even start working yet, and you need to decompress, right? That's how a lot of people feel. They need to decompress before they even start working, because they done went through something at home. And then you got these people at work. These fake people that lie to you and pretend to you and smile in your face. Then you find out something crazy about them that they done said about you. And what you just supposed to cut that switch off, that you already going through something at home, right? And now I'm here and you piled something else on me? I'm thinking, all right, I could at least come to work and, like, man, maybe just talk to you for a second, man, so I can balance out my worlds, man. Nope. You're in that world too. So now I got to throw you into the home box. See, this is what a lot of y'all don't understand, which to me, it seems like it's common sense. You should understand, because you live a regular life too, unless your life is just perfect when you go home. Is your life perfect when you go home? Or before you come to work, you ain't argue with your wife, you ain't argue with your boyfriend, girlfriend, your kids ain't getting on your nerves? Did somebody cut you off in traffic before you got to work? Did somebody in your family make you mad before you came to work? One of your cousins, aunties, uncles? Or did a friend do you dirty before you came to work? Or how about this? Did a friend do you dirty 2 days ago and you still hurting from that when you go to work 2 days later, right? You want them to turn these switches off in their head and pretend like they don't have problems when they come into work. The culture is messed up. Don't expect people to pretend when they come to work. And people that do pretend when you go to work, stop pretending. Just stop. When you get on the phone, trust me, man, be yourself, be regular. I ain't saying be hood or however you talk or be unprofessional, but be regular. It'll save your life, man. Because I understand the pressures of just being at work and the people driving you crazy. And then you're faced with this massive problem where you like, man, I don't know how I'm going to recover from this. I don't know how I'm going to recover. When you get put in a position where your back is against the wall, where you borderline want to quit. But you know what? Guess why you don't quit? You got bills to pay, right? So you know what most people do in that position? What they do? Y'all know what I'm about to say. They do enough to get fired, right? Why? Because at least if I get fired, right, this is what they do. At least if I get fired, I get what? Unemployment, right? They may deny it, appeal it, you'll get it. But hey, and even if you don't, I don't know what to say. Get you another job, man. But I'm gonna close this out and say this. I've been at my job for, I want to say going on, 14 years and 3 months. It'll be 14 years. And honestly, I started a business during the pandemic. It's called Traders Learning Circle. I dropped the website down. The website will be going back up pretty soon. And we're going to get the thing cracking again. But honestly, life, the universe has been showing me that it's time for me to push forward and keep doing what I got to do to get outside of that 9-to-5 hustle. It's a reason why 2 of my dudes came back into my life. 2 of my dudes, my childhood friends I'm talking about from when I was, man, I don't even remember. A little kid, a little almost a baby, man. But it's a reason why everything is positioning the way that it is right now. Everything happens for a reason. And I believe the reason why I've been at my job for so long, again, is because I could have been that dude just jumping from job to job. I was that before I came to the job. And what I told myself was, back then, I didn't have a plan to create a business. I just had this plan of, I'm just going to keep on working here, money decent, you know what I'm saying? I'll just keep working here. So that's why I ended up staying. But it's like, I started paying more attention to the universe, and I said, you know what? Everything that I've been shown has always told me to go the other way. But when you keep pushing against the grain, I believe that the universe will come back and say, oh, you're going to keep pushing against the grain, huh? Well, let me drop this experience on you, right? Let me drop this lesson on you. You may not like it, but here you go. This one is going to be a little heavier, right? So you get that bomb dropped on you, right? Knowing you should have left a long time ago. But the universe said, hey, you're going to keep ignoring me. I gave you baby bombs, right? I gave you a few grenades, right? No, first I gave you some M80s. All right, let me hold this grenade, man. Let me see how that feel. Boom, blew up in my hand, lost my hand. Okay, the grenade ain't work, huh? M80 ain't work, huh? All right, well, take this nuke. I'm going to destroy this. And now let's see if you're going to get up and go do what you got to do. Yep. And that's not to say that I'm not going to go get another job. No, it's not to say that. It's just to say, and that's only until what I got planned goes exactly where I need it to go. No, it's just to say that a lot of people feel like, and I know this for a fact, a lot of people feel like they be stuck at these jobs, right? You just feel stuck. You feel trapped. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're not trapped. You are not trapped. Go to your phone right now or go to your computer. Update your resume. If you don't know how, it's fine. Just give somebody $20, $30. Let them do it for you. Update my resume, man. Get it pretty however it need to look. Take that resume. Because this is what a lot of people don't know. People think it ain't jobs out there. Take that resume. They got applications for it now too. It's easy now, so it ain't no excuse. Go to Indeed Jobs, right? Go to LinkedIn. Go to Career Builder. The applications, they all got apps. Load your resume up. Load it up on there. Fill out all the information that they need for you to, boom, 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 or whatever. And look how many jobs are hiring for probably what you do right now or a better position. And based off your experience, you might be able to get a job actually making more money than what you make right now in your current position. Don't ever feel like you're trapped. And see, the thing with me is I got comfortable. You get comfortable sometimes, and that's what it is. A lot of people get comfortable too, right? You don't necessarily feel trapped because of this or that. It may be you just feel you trap yourself because you get a lot of PTO time, right? PTO is earned, right? So people don't want to let it go. You be at your job for 10 years, they give you almost 2 months off your job, right? And PTO time, right? So you're like, man, do I really want to let that go and start over? Oh, man, I got these benefits here, man. You're going to get benefits at another job. Because guess what? They tell you about what you're going to get before you even go apply, right? Or they be like, man, I done worked here for so long and I done built up to this dollar amount, right? I make this much money an hour. Guess what? A lot of these jobs that's out there, they start off probably making that or more. And sometimes, just for peace of mind, you might have to take a $1 pay cut, maybe a $2 pay cut, just to go somewhere else better. Right? Or where you think is going to be better, that'll probably treat you right. Right? And you could take all those lessons that you learned from that previous job into this new job and let them know this is how I'm coming through. This is me. Right? But look, load up those update those resumes, go to Indeed. Indeed, right? That's one website, Career Builder or LinkedIn. Upload that resume there. I'm telling y'all, honestly, this is what kept me in my job. That's just just being comfortable, for real. Think about how much PTO time I get. A lot. A whole lot, where I could take off weeks at a time. Yeah, it's just being comfortable. It ain't the money, trust me, but just being comfortable. Just being comfortable, man. Just knowing that if I go get another job right now, all that PTO is gone. So when you got to take that emergency day off, which I rarely take off emergency days, for real. I really don't. So I don't even know why I allow this PTO to control me. But honestly, I don't even need it. Like, yeah, will I have to work to gain it back at another company? Yes, of course I would. But when I tell y'all, I can keep just going and going and going. These jobs, I can keep going. And now I'm at the bottom. But these jobs email me every single day. Every single day, man. Like, I'll never get on here and say that there ain't no jobs out there. Nope. Because I'm willing to go in. Even if they say it's a certain dollar amount on here, I'll go in and negotiate my price. Even if you give me what I got right now to leave my job, that's cool with me because I'm getting the same thing to leave here to go to another company if I'm not happy with that company. Be willing to negotiate too. You have to be able to be willing to negotiate your salary. And if they can't meet you where you want to be met, go apply for another job. And I'm not telling you to quit your current job that you're in right now, but people need to be made aware of this information, right? There are tons of jobs out there. Certifications out there. And I'm not talking about going back to college like full time. No, certifications. Look at these jobs. Click on them. See what they want. Don't let a title or a task, description scare you. Don't, because that's what a lot of people do. They'll look at us. I've done it before. You look at a job and you see the title of a job. You be like, ooh, I don't know about that. You be like, that title just seemed a little crazy, man. Accounting assistant. No, that look a little crazy, man. A budget analyst, accountant. You know what I'm saying? Like they look at stuff like that. Like they be like, ooh, I don't know about that. And they let the titles throw them off to make them think that they can't do a job. But for real, you got to be willing to get in there, sit down, and ask questions. This is just a description of what you do. Man, listen, when I got my job that I work currently, when I looked at the description, I said, man, that's a lot of work. Man, I don't do 75% of that stuff that they said we was going to be doing. Don't be willing to get out there, man. Don't be willing to, don't be afraid to get out there and check out those other options. Don't let people step on you. Don't let people do you dirty and feel like you have to sit there and take it, man, because you don't. All right. This was an off script episode, and I hope that you all learned something from this, man. Please take something away from this. Don't allow people to do you dirty, man. Don't allow, just any company to just stomp on you, man. It don't matter where you work. I don't care what you do for a living. Respect is respect, man. Like, if you respect me, I'll respect you. That's the bottom line. We don't have to sit out here and keep on causing friction between each other and being fake with each other, y'all. It's okay. If you feel like I'm messing up in my job, they made you a boss for a reason. Their boss. They made you a manager or a supervisor or team lead for a reason. Do your job. Don't mess up on your job. You did something wrong. You told your team something wrong, or you explained something the wrong way. They took it a certain way. They made mistakes on the stuff that they sent back to you based off what you told them to do. And then you turn around and you call them dummies. Come on, man. That's a wrap for this episode of Let's Talk Podcast. Hold yourself accountable. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. All the links to my different social media platforms down below in the description. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.